Looming TN execution, the case of Oscar Franklin Smith. Oscar Franklin Smith is scheduled to be executed on May 22, 2025. He was convicted of the brutal 1989 triple murder of his estranged wife and her two sons. A last-minute motion to reopen the case based on new DNA evidence was denied. Smith continues to maintain his innocence. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. On October 1, 1989, Judith Robirds Smith and her sons, Chad and Jason Burnett, were found murdered in their Nashville home. Judith had been shot and stabbed. Chad was shot multiple times. Jason was stabbed to death. And all was discovered at the scene. The gun and knife used in the murders were never recovered. Smith had taken out an insurance policy on all three victims. Co-workers testified that Smith had threatened to kill Judy and her sons. Disturbingly, during the murders, Chad was heard screaming, "Frank, no." Smith was arrested on November 6, 1989. He has consistently maintained his innocence since his arrest. A bloody palm print found at the scene matched Smith's missing fingers. Smith's DNA was also found on his wife's shirt. On July 26, 1990, Smith was sentenced to death. He later joined a lawsuit arguing that lethal injection constitutes torture. The legal battles have been long and arduous. A motion was filed to examine new DNA evidence found on the awl. The judge denied the motion. The judge stated that the new DNA evidence would not change the outcome of the trial. The judge cited the extensive evidence of Smith's guilt presented at trial. The court speculated that the unknown DNA on the awl was the result of contamination. This contamination, they argued, was due to mishandling of the evidence. Smith's attorneys argued that the DNA evidence pointed to someone else using the awl. They also highlighted potential mishandling of evidence by law enforcement. One trial juror stated that they would not have voted for the death penalty had they known about the unknown DNA evidence. Despite this revelation, the court denied Smith's appeal. The legal system, it seemed, was closing ranks. A clemency petition was filed with Governor Bill Lee. Attorneys argued that the criminal justice system had failed in Smith's case. Appeals are unlikely to conclude before the execution date. Smith requested a temporary reprieve to exhaust judicial matters. The Tennessee Supreme Court declined to hear Smith's appeal. They also denied his request to vacate his execution date. On April 19, 2022, Tennessee's governor stated that he would not intervene in Smith's execution. The clock was ticking. Smith has been on death row for over 32 years. His first execution was scheduled for June 2020. 2 execution dates were postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. An execution date in 2022 was postponed due to a lethal injection preparation oversight. Governor Bill Lee issued the temporary reprieve. He stated, due to an oversight in preparation for lethal injection, the scheduled execution of Oscar Smith will not move forward tonight. I am granting a temporary reprieve while we address Tennessee Department of Correction protocol. Further details will be released when available. This was a rare moment of intervention. The state has developed a new lethal injection protocol. The new protocol involves testing for endotoxins. Previously, the chemicals in the lethal injection had only been tested for potency and sterility. They had not been tested for endotoxins. The new protocol allows the authorities to deploy a single drug combination with pentobarbital. This single drug combination is to be used to conduct lethal injection executions. The state is streamlining the process. Smith's execution is scheduled for May 22, 2025. He remains on death row at the Riverbend Maximum Security Institution. Smith was the first of 4 Tennessee inmates scheduled for execution in 2025. The shadow of death looms large.